are taboo and the lips are sure to get loose. I'm your girl Epiphany, sitting here with our wonderful team. Shanelle, tell them who you are, boo.
Hey y'all, my name is Shanelle, America's favorite diva.
Oh my God.
I know that's right. And I'm Chaz.
I'm Mr. Enfluential, America's favorite DJ.
I'm Mrs. Carter.
I'm Deekay, holding self-proclaimed funniest person in Detroit.
So what's been up, people? How are we this week?
Great.
We done introduced ourselves. Let's get this poppin'. What we gonna talk about? Before the show, we were discussing sex. I think that's what we need to do right now. Absolutely. How you feel about that, Mr. Influential?
I love sex.
Me too. Anybody else? Does everybody here love sex? Anybody not love sex?
It's
I'm
nothing
not going to
better.
say I don't love sex, but sex is overrated to me.
Overrated?
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
Why would you say such a thing?
That's what I'm saying. You feel me? Like, this is the thing. Like,
You better
to me-
have a drink before you answer
Okay,
this.
okay, see, but this is the thing to me. Sex, I mean,
He's serious.
I can do it, I can do myself. You feel me? Like, it's,
But it's so much better with like that body-to-body contact.
I mean, it is, but it's overrated. Like, it's just kind of like you need it and you don't, because I need myself and I can do myself.
Ooh, maybe you just ain't ran across
The right person.
Well, I mean, I've had great sex, like awesome. It's been off the charts. Like,
Okay.
I can,
Like
I
what?
can give
Say
you
You
some.
don't need that?
Yeah, I can give you
Sex
some
in the
examples.
bedroom. Sex in the bedroom is overrated.
No, I've done bathrooms and closets and things like that. I've done everything.
You
feel
talking
me?
about outside?
Yeah, but
outside spontaneous type. That's why you gotta hit it. You gotta.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's your problem, boo.
That's your
so
problem.
now we've
yeah.
cured. Anybody else feels like it's overrated on me? Like
I don't feel like it's overrated. Now, I ain't had no sex in a minute.
How long is a minute?
Do I? It's been
What's a
long
minute?
time.
What's a minute,
It's
Mrs.
been a
Carter?
long time.
in
But I
terms
would-
of months, are we talking months?
I used to always think I had to have it, but I really don't. But do I miss it? I most certainly do. I miss it.
And this is Mrs. Carter, the original Mrs. Carter. Beyonce bowed down to this one.
Yeah, but I'd rather have sex rather than not have sex.
Overrated, underrated,
And you
how we
rather
feeling?
not have it?
I'm not necessarily going to say it's underrated or overrated,
Neither.
but I understand what Chaz means about it's not always that important.
Oh, that's true.
Big ups.
It all depends on who you doing that with.
That's
You know what I mean? Because
That's right.
we live in a world now where sex with the wrong person could change your life.
Yes.
Forever.
Absolutely.
For the worst.
Exactly.
Okay. So now he done brought it all in all serious.
All serious.
Now we're gonna
stuff.
die from the sex. But it's true.
Okay.
It's the truth.
Now we
You know,
on
that
Oprah.
best head could be the death head. You know, and it's crazy, but it's
Be
the
your last
truth.
one.
My opinion on it though is that I don't think it's. I agree with Chaz and A. Mr. Influential. It's basically like if you focus on any other things in your life, sex doesn't even. You know what I mean, you don't even notice you're not even having it.
That's
Before
true.
me of old, thought I needed it every night or whatever the case may be. But me of new, getting closer to God and worrying about my health, I don't even think about sex anymore.
Well, that's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about.
You can't do both. You can't get closer to God and have sex every day, 2 or
Yeah,
3
but I
times a
think
day.
That's a whole other
concentrate.
conversation.
Yeah, but you
saying getting closer to God.
And then some
You know
people
what I mean?
just have sex just to be having sex. I
Exactly.
think that sex is supposed to be meaningful.
Me too.
So I'm not just gonna lay up with anybody.
Right.
Even though I'm not sexually active at this moment for my own reasons, I still would like to have it, but just not with anybody. As
Right.
much as I want it, I'd rather do me.
I
Right.
just want to
Somebody
go
else
off
do
of
it.
Chanel's comment. Who does it 2 or 3 times a day? What they doing that at?
Only at the beginning of a relationship.
Yeah, what they doing
That's
that
the
at?
thing.
Like,
That dies down.
Like,
Yes, I agree it dies down, but
Plus, it takes away the. You know, if you're having it every day, you're not appreciating.
no,
You
at all.
appreciate it if you let it.
Yeah, you gotta
Marinate.
miss it a little bit.
That's right.
Like, you gotta let that, like, you gotta want it. I feel as though, like, if you have sex every day, you don't, like, want it. You just doing it just because it's there.
So, safe to say then, you need to create an opportunity to miss it.
There you go.
Like you said.
There you go. You can't
Because
do it every
then-
day.
I guess you'll.
You take it for granted. It's
right.
always there, and then it becomes the same old humdrum. After a while, it's not even exciting no more. It's
either
like,
you
oh,
can miss it.
him again.
Either you can miss it or do what y'all said before, make it more spontaneous. That's what,
That's
like,
right.
if you with a
Right.
couple,
Right,
that's
right.
why you role play and, you know what I mean, you come home, you had a long day at work, you might be the plumber, and then the woman can be the nurse. You get what I'm saying? You know,
But
Easter
look.
time could be the Easter bunny. You know what I mean? Like whatever.
I agree with you on that, but
I'm saying
you're
couple
speaking,
wise.
that's what I'm about to say. You're
Couple
speaking
wise
from
stuff.
married couples,
Yeah.
or people in a relationship.
Yeah.
But what about us single people? Because me myself, like I'm single, but I don't want to pounce on anybody. Like
Right.
it's too much going around.
That's
to
because
pounce
you
on
got
anybody.
maturity, but you got maturity
That's what
going
I'm
on. I
saying.
think
Right.
the person
Everybody's
with
not
growth,
mature like
the
that.
person that's respecting themselves ain't gonna just pounce all over
Right.
everyone.
True that.
Simple as that,
so
man
does
or
that
woman.
mean that if you're having sex with more than one person at a time, then you're not mature or you're not growing?
I just
mean,
think you need
it
to
happens.
reevaluate yourself.
I
Because
really
of the
If I one or two people,
Now,
maybe.
two people
But
is
when we
acceptable.
going past 3, 4,
Okay.
5, you need to reevaluate your damn
I
self.
can agree
I
with that.
disagree.
I'm sorry.
I
I
can
disagree.
agree with that.
'Cause I'm an entertainer. If I float around city to city and I see 5 different people, I know I'm not gonna see again. I don't think nothing wrong with it. That's just my opinion.
But then you being
And I
hypocritical
protect
though, because you
myself.
just, but you being
So that's me of
hypocritical.
old.
because
That's
you-
me of old. That's what I'm saying.
so you
But we
me
do.
of old
But we
would say, okay,
But we talking about the new.
the new,
We on
okay,
the new.
the maturity, you know what I mean, is different.
Because
But
you gotta realize.
if you don't see nothing in that person, then why do they even count?
But
They
you-
was just a moment, right?
True,
Right.
that happens, but you have knew. Hopefully, you don't go back to you of old, but you can have a boomerang effect and end up like that. So if you end up in that boomerang effect, what would you do?
Oh, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's
Because
all.
I've
That
been in
matters.
situations where, like Chaz said, I've been in situations where I could either handle myself or I could beg the female to handle me. You know, without sex. Without
So
sex.
I would like to say that this is refreshing to hear from men. It's nice
It
to
really
hear
is.
the fellas chime in and say, "No, I don't need to tap everything from every walk of life." I can dig it. While we're talking about sex, let's talk about safe sex. Are we practicing safe sex?
Always.
Absolutely.
Every day. All the time.
Absolutely.
Just don't do it.
Don't skip it.
My safe sex is abstinence.
Well,
to me.
abstinence,
That's
yeah, I
exactly.
mean, that's the safest.
That's the safest.
And
Sure.
quite frankly, if
That's
you're,
at
you
this
know,
point, I was
yeah.
practicing safe sex.
and are we requiring our mates to get tested and all that? Like, let's be real. Do people actually do that? When you get with somebody, are you saying, all right, before we lay down and do this, I'm gonna need to see your status. I'm
gonna
gonna
say
need to
no.
see that.
No, honestly, no.
Fortunately
no.
for me,
Honestly,
I
no.
did before I married my husband, but that's because I knew his history. So because I knew his history, and I really didn't even have to ask him to do that. It was already in process.
Okay.
But that was a good thing.
Me personally, I do it every year.
We got a loud sigh.
What
Oh,
was the
yes,
sigh
yes.
about?
Oh,
Yeah,
what was
let me
that
take
about?
that.
Because I hear women talking. Like
So,
I hear. No, I'm saying I ain't want to cut nobody off, but I hear women. This is all I hear in what y'all saying because a lot of these people out here, they're not doing it.
They're
too
not.
lazy.
And my
Yeah.
question
And they're
was,
just-
let's
they're
be
just-
real.
Yeah,
Are
they're
we?
just spreading it just to spread it.
Absolutely.
And let's
Right.
talk about. Now, I'm not saying I'm not just gearing it towards women. Period. I'm saying in the general, in the whole, men and women are irresponsible.
Absolutely.
But
I can
what
agree
I'm
with that.
saying is, women, ladies, let's be real. Men go to jail more than women. Stop
Right.
allowing these men to go. I don't care if it's a month, or 365, or 18 with a 75, whatever. These men go to jail and they live a different life. And when you come out on day one, you go buy them an outfit, some boots, some sneakers, and you everything with him like he ain't just come out and you ain't asking for a test. That's just my opinion.
That's
And
crazy.
there's a lot of people living that DL life and they act like they don't care.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. That's so
That's the
true.
truth. So speaking of contraceptives and being proactive about protecting yourself, do we know how to use condoms?
Yes,
Yes. Fellas,
yes.
ladies.
Yes, I put my own on.
Old as I am.
Yeah, I
Do
put
you
my
trust?
own on.
And it's
do
just
not know how
because.
to use a condom. I never used one.
Hold that thought. He says he puts his own on, and is this because you don't trust the other person to do it, or they, that you think they're not going to do it right? Or?
Well, I don't know if that person's been educated like I have been. So, I know how to, do the tip and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather do it myself. Yeah.
Accountability, though.
Yeah,
and
I got that from
that's
Health
what's
Class.
up.
For all the
That's so
statistics, he
refreshing.
went to
Right.
You feel me? Like, I got
Mrs.
that from
Carter,
Health Class.
you said,
I've never put one on at all.
so you're not sure that you can even put one on correctly?
I believe that I can do it,
You can, okay.
but I
Chanelle?
don't think it would be that
Honestly, I
hard.
have never put one on.
Now
Sad to say.
let me get one thing clear. We're saying, well, the ladies are saying that they've never put one on. Does not mean that they have engaged in sex that was not. They didn't
Right.
protect themselves.
Absolutely.
It's just to say that they weren't the ones that initiated putting on the condom. But I've put one on before a few times because I need to know that it's going on. Because they'll say one thing and do another. Nature of the beast. It has happened.
Right.
And sometimes women, I realize in talking to other women, they don't even know. They're not even sure if he wore the condom. And I'm like, you ain't sure.
It be dark in there.
Dark, yeah, okay.
It was dark. I ain't know.
Dark room.
I know.
I hear you. But I'm gonna need to see that.
Okay. I have stopped in the middle.
Yeah, because
On
it's
the
like
sneak tip.
Russian
I can
roulette.
do it on
Oh,
the
you
sneak
stopped?
tip. Like,
already got started.
Oh, you stopped?
no, just to make sure it's
Stop
on.
in the middle.
No.
And
Just to make
Chaz
sure it's
says,
still
you
on.
stop.
Oh, you be stopping? Why you? I don't do that.
I can stop and get it back.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Once you done already started,
Oh, you got
you said halfway,
ain't
you
nobody
want to make
got time
sure
for
it's
that.
still on there.
You ain't gonna stop me
Say
while
when
I'm in the
it
middle.
when you halfway, you be like, okay, let me.
No.
double check.
I switch it up by let's change positions, and while we're changing, I swoop. It's on. All right.
Make sure they didn't
Yeah,
take
it's
it
a
off.
way.
So she's
I just won't say
discreet about
stop. Hold up. Give me 2 minutes. Let me see. No.
Oh, okay.
I can change it up. Let's
okay.
change positions.
Oh,
Woo,
okay.
woo.
In the middle.
Okay.
Oh, in the middle, and we can get back on.
That's
Got
a
you.
woman
Okay.
talking.
Okay.
That's
I
a
got-
woman.
I
That's
can
not a
understand
girl.
that.
That's the woman.
And age has nothing to do with it. And oftentimes we put our livelihood and our lives in the hands of somebody else.
No matter it,
Just
and they need to learn as early as possible. That's why age definitely should be
True.
That's right.
Babies having babies.
And so how do y'all
Right.
feel about teaching your kids how to use a condom? What age? What age would you teach your son and sit your son down and say, look, you're going to need to strap up and this is how you're going to do it?
I feel like it's really not the age. You have to go by the individual.
I totally
For
agree.
me, I talk to my kids about everything. Starting with sex, I don't use vagina. I don't have to say vagina. I can be raw with my kids. And I think it depends on who your kid is. So I can't say let's do it at 12, let's do it at 13, because nowadays we might need to start at 9.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
too many
These
little
days,
girls
oh, yeah.
that's engaging in sex. They're just doing too much
At an early age.
at an early age.
Very early.
I agree.
And not just engaging, talking about it. And
Exactly.
getting a lot of misinformation from their peers. And that comes from lack of communication at home. Because we're not talking and having frank, open discussion with our kids. You know, you can't sugarcoat stuff.
It's
I don't
can't.
think you should be a friend with your child, but I do think your child should know what's going on in this world.
Absolutely.
Like, me and my mom, we're not friends, but we're cool. Like, I can go talk to my mom about any and everything. You feel me? Like, we can talk about sex and drugs and alcohol and whatever. You know what
And
I mean?
everybody
But
doesn't
I
have
don't
that.
consider that as my friend.
No,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like, I
That's-
don't consider my
right.
mom as my, but I can go to my mom and say anything and everything, and you know what I mean? Like,
Because your kid needs to be able to come to you and say, Mom, I got some stuff going on my penis. I don't know what's going
What's-
on.
you know,
I need you to look at it.
help.
Zip it out and pull it out. And he needs
and
to
that's
be
the relationship
comfortable
I got
doing
with my
that.
mom.
And that's what my kids got. I told my daughters, if you get a discharge and it's milky, if you had to bring it to me, show it to me.
Right.
Because I need to let you know whether you had
Right.
a yeast infection, whether we got to go to the doctor. So
Right.
never be afraid
Yeah.
to come and ask me anything. Somebody asked me, when would you let your daughter, what age can she have sex? When she's ready. What I let my kids know is, I'm not going to be mad. You're going to do what you're going to do. Just talk to me first. I'd rather help protect you rather than stop you from having something that I know. Reality is, they're going to do it. So just teach them.
Teach them
I
as
agree
early
with
as
all
possible.
that.
Yeah.
Y'all said everything I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But I say, like y'all said, I wouldn't put an age on it nowadays, because back in the day, our parents could have put an age on it
That's
because
right.
they knew when we were smelling ourselves. But because, unfortunately, the society we live in and the community we live in, they take away from the education of sex. So
Right.
now it's so
Exactly.
mostly our responsibility to introduce it to
But
them.
you know what?
right.
Even what you're saying about putting the age on it back in the day, if they didn't put an age on it, it would have spoke earlier than maybe the way the world is now. It
Exactly.
won't be that way because of the
Exactly.
simple fact, we learn from repetition. So you gotta keep that. You can't have that conversation once. You
Right,
can have that
exactly.
conversation once a week if
Once
you
a
want
week,
to.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's serious. It's serious about protecting yourself. It's serious about when you should be trying to start to have a family. Everything is about education. We go to school every day during the school year, but your parent might talk to you about sex once a year.
Yeah.
If that.
Which, if that. So it's something that needs to be talked about constantly,
Right.
over and over. That's how it was taught to me. over and over and over again. My mom, my pop, over and over. I was young. They just kept talking.
When I came up, there was no conversation about that.
Right.
The conversation was, don't bring no babies in this house.
Yeah.
Don't come here talking about
Same
your
for me,
pregnant.
yeah.
There was no,
you know what that
you know what I mean? Right. And you knew what it meant, right? But and on the flip side, I knew what she meant, but I didn't know the measures to take. You know, she didn't sit down and tell me, yeah, this is why and this is what you need to do. And if you find yourself in that situation, you need to make sure you strap up. Like that conversation wasn't had.
Right.
My mother was just like, no sex, that's that. Don't come in here with no babies, that's the end of that. You know, so the conversation needs to be had. It needs to be a realistic conversation, and we kind of stray away from that. And life happens, you know, we get caught up in our daily routine. And we forget to holler at these kids. And so we encourage here at Loose Lips, check in. Every once in a while, check in. Go scoop the kid up for ice cream, just me and you. If you got 3 kids, one at a time, let's have this conversation. Me and you, we going for ice cream. What's that, an hour out your time? Sit down, have a conversation. Keep it frank and open. Don't be judgmental, and share some of your experiences. No, I'm not saying, you know, I had Tony and he was the shit. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
But it's
is,
all right if you say it.
oh, okay, Mrs. Carter would say that. But what I'm saying is, just say it happens, and you will be tempted, and it's real, you know.
And you know what? Like, I was so happy with my mom that, because my conversation was a little different from y'all, because I'm like a same-sex lover, so my conversation was a little different from y'all. After a while, it was don't bring no babies. It went from don't bring no babies on to don't die.
Right.
You feel me?
Okay.
So it's kind of like in that situation, I'm like, oh wow, don't die. Like, what does that mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I feel as though these kids need so much more education.
Yeah, because you know, you said that your mom was like, don't die. That's such a stereotype that homosexuality breeds more AIDS and HIV than any other, and that's just not true. It's not true at all. We are all susceptible. We are all, you know, everybody, anybody, and again, that's that old-fashioned thinking. We kind of got to get away from that. And that's what she knew, and that's what they knew, you know. And so that was the culture then, right? And so, you know, but we as the younger generation have to keep it to our kids. And if they're gay, they gay. And let's listen. Don't have unprotected sex. That's what you do. And you don't do that with nobody, male or female.
Whoever you with.
Right.
I respect that, and I agree. Me personally, I started early. I ain't listening.
A lot of us did.
I had a child when I was 16. So nowadays, I done learned so much in life about so much. I keep it real with myself. Like y'all saying?
Right.
Like I be like, we'll see a female and I'll catch him staring. I'll say something like, she got that fat ass.
That's right.
I'll straight up say, I'll say it to him. And then I'll be like, but guess what?
That's what he's looking at.
Guess what I'm telling you? Everything that look good ain't good.
Right.
So I educate him right on the spot. I treat him as a friend, then I treat him as a father.
Right.
So now I mean, and then I got this thing with me and my son, 2 sons, 2 older boys. We have man night every Friday evening. We take a ride, we go get something to eat, we do whatever, shop for a shirt, whatever, and we talk every time.
Conversations. That's that check-in. Perfect time to check in with them and see what's going on. And see what's going on with the world. Yeah, what's going on in their world.
And it's weird. I learned this the hard way because I move around a lot. So I got 2 oldest boys and 2 younger daughters. And I used to try to take them all at one time. I mean, not 2 birds out 1 stone. But I learned over time, you really need to separate them.
It's a different conversation with each kid.
Exactly.
It's a different
They were shy around the girls. And my daughters were shy around them.
Right.
So when I started splitting them up, I learned so much.
Right. It's definitely a different conversation. I encourage having that one-on-one time anyway with your kids. You know, it's important.
You have to.
It really is.
So men take note. That was so like, men definitely take. Father of the year goes to Mr. Deekay.
Well, in that case,
maybe of the month.
Chaz says maybe of the month.
I ain't gonna say of the year. I'm gonna say of the month.
He's starting
I'm gonna say of the month.
Show number 1, Chaz is already started.
We do need more daddy time and daddy Fridays and daddy Saturdays. We just need more of that. We definitely do.
My dad was never around.
Yeah. And that's one thing I'm gonna tell you right now, the cast don't even know. We're gonna promote a lot of that on this show. Me and Mr. Enfluential is working on some projects, and we definitely gonna include Chaz with us and other men, basically, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell y'all the whole acronym of the name, but it starts with the word mom. men of mistakes. And then the rest y'all will know later on, you know what I mean? But we teaching young youth how to be whatever they need to be. And lipsticks and loose lips, man, we gonna promote the thing, we gonna do it because there's a lot of people out here just running wild, man. And it ain't their fault. No fathers in the home, mother gotta work 2 jobs, plus go to school. Everybody thinks it's a stereotype of they deadbeats. No, they working hard to fix their life.
Right, and that is the reality.
You know
right,
what I mean?
that is the reality.
It's tough, man.
Is it Father of the Year now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a year now.
About 6 months. We'll bring it up.
Maybe.
Great points have been made here. We're gonna wrap up the sex talk because you know, unless anybody else has anything extra to throw in.
Well, hey.
Okay.
What's this?
I don't know. You tell me.
First and foremost, listen, this is a diagram. You know what I mean? We're not going to do the real thing, but everybody should put in their brain. We're mature adults here. You know what I mean? We're talking on sex, but everybody should know what this is supposed to be. But anyway, first and foremost,
Let's say it. It's supposed to be a penis.
It's supposed to be a penis,
let's say
a
that.
man's manhood, anatomy. He used the big word that I don't use.
His male genitalia.
Whatever that is. Don't get too big.
But we want to make it plain and simple so everybody can understand.
Well, this
So what you gonna do with that?
Can you hold this for me, sir?
Oh, I was about to hold like the whole
You gonna hold it?
Yeah, let Miss
Listen, we
Carter
gotta
hold
hurry
that
up.
thing.
Listen,
Okay.
this is be true with yourself, fellas. When you first do it, whatever, I don't care what size you are. This right here is designed for men, and then we have the big one for magnums. But you know what? We're gonna show you how to do this on the next show, so stay continued. All right, thank you.